Welcome to this video, dear learners. This is our third video in this series chemistry videos. So our topic for today is simply chemical formulas. So you have to know how to write a chemical formula in chemistry, and this is very vital. One of the most vital things you need to learn in chemistry is how to write chemical formulas. Okay, so knowing how to write a chemical formula, you are required to know two things that are of importance. Okay, two things that are of importance that you have to know. Number one, you need to know how to write the symbols. Okay, you need to know how to write the symbols, and also you need to know what we call the valency. Okay, the valency. Okay, so these two things are of great importance under this topic: chemical symbols and the valency. Okay, so but as important as these things are, they are the easiest to know. Okay, knowing a chemical symbol for a substance or an element or a compound or a molecule is really something very easy. Again, knowing its valence is very easy. Okay, you don't have to stress yourself so much. These are very simple things. So chemical symbols, we have a tool in chemistry, which is a very important tool we call the periodic table. So the periodic table consists of a list of elements. Okay, we have a list of elements on this periodic table. Now the periodic table does not just give us this list of elements. Okay, it gives us two things. Okay, and these are things we want: the chemical symbols. Okay, the chemical symbols on the periodic table, and also it provides us with the valency. Okay, the valency for everything that we want. Okay, so now I have a small periodic table here that I drafted. Okay, so in this periodic table you have elements. Okay, and these elements you have lithium here. Okay, which is A1.I, and this is sodium. Okay, sodium is, the symbol is Na, and this is potassium, this is magnesium, this is calcium. You have boron, aluminium, carbon, silicon, nitrogen, phosphorus, oxygen, sulfur. You have fluorine, chlorine, neon, and argon, just to mention a few. Okay, so now what I'm going to tell you is that you have to memorize the first 20 elements. Okay, memorize the first 20 elements on the periodic table. Okay, the first 20 elements. So starting from hydrogen up to calcium. Okay, calcium, it's number 20 on the periodic table. Okay, so memorize the first 20 elements. What I mean is that know the chemical symbol. So these are chemical symbols. Okay, know the chemical symbols. Okay, at least know the chemical symbols. And when we look at the periodic table, also look at something that is very important, what we call the proton number. Okay, and atomic numbers, all those things. Okay, but for now, just keep it simple. Let's just deal with the chemical formulas. Okay, chemical formulas. Okay, so the symbols, like I've mentioned, they're on the periodic table. Okay, they are on the periodic table. Okay, so this is what we have to know. Okay, so even as we start this interesting topic on chemical formulas, we really want to understand how chemical formulas are made. Okay, we have to understand how chemical formulas are made. Okay, so these are the elements. Okay, these are the elements. Now these elements, they are separated. Some are metals and some are non-metals. Okay, some are metals and some are simply non-metals. Okay, so for example, you have nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. All these are non-metals. Okay, but that's a topic for another day. Okay, so now let's dive into our topic. Okay, so now in this diagram here, you can see I've written here +1, here +2, here +3, +4, -3, -1, -0, and then 1. Okay, so now these that I've written here in red, this is what we call the valency. Okay, this is what we call the valence. Okay, this is what we call the valence, the valency. The valency is also called the combining power. Okay, it's called the combining power, and we'll see why it's called the combining power. Okay, it's called the combining power. Okay, so now here I have this an example here. So example says write the chemical formula for magnesium oxide. Okay, write the chemical formula for magnesium oxide. Okay, write the chemical formula for magnesium oxide. Okay, so this is very simple. Okay, so let's pay attention and see how we can come about with the chemical formula. Okay, so now this is what you need to understand. The chemical formula, very important. Okay, so now we've been told magnesium oxide. Okay, this is the compound and we want to write its chemical formula. Okay, we want to write its chemical formula. Okay, so for us to write the chemical formula for magnesium oxide, okay, what we need, number one, okay, so things you need, number one, you need the symbols first. Okay, number two, you need the valency. Okay, always get this straight first, the symbols and the valency. So you have magnesium. What is the chemical symbol for magnesium? Let's start with the symbols first. What's the chemical symbol for magnesium? So you look on the periodic table here. Magnesium, it's Mg. Okay, magnesium is simply Mg. So you're going to write M, small letter M with a small letter G. Okay, then oxide. What's the chemical symbol for oxide? Now oxide, it's interesting because when you search for oxide on the periodic table, you're not going to find oxide. Okay, instead you're finding what? Oxygen. Okay, there's only oxygen. Now there are another group of substances that I want you to know. Okay, and these we call them radicals. Let's just look at radicals in a few minutes. Okay, so radicals, these are a group of atoms. Okay, a group of atoms present in several but they're incapable of independent existence. Okay, so the definition not so much important, but what we're interested to know is these radicals, their names. Okay, so here you have the name. This is the name of the radical. Okay, then here you have its symbol, and of course here you have its valency. Okay, so not only do you have to know the symbols and valencies of elements on a periodic table, you have other compounds that are not on the periodic table, and these we call them radicals. Okay, you're not going to find these on the periodic table. Okay, but you have to know these ones: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's the most common one. Okay, but there are more than 8. Okay, some I've mentioned them here. So for instance, ammonium, it is written as NH4. You have to know the valence is 1. Chloride, Cl, same symbol for chlorine. It has the valence of 1. Hydroxide, OH, valence of 1. Nitrate, NO3, valence of 1. Carbonate, CO3, valence 2. Oxide, seen oxide. So we couldn't find oxide on the periodic table. Okay, we couldn't find oxide on the periodic table, but it's under what we call the radicals. Okay, oxide represented by the letter O and has a valence of 2. Sulfate represented by SO4 and it has a valence of 2. And you have phosphate which has a valence of what? 3. Okay, so now looking at our question here, what's the question saying? Write the chemical formula for magnesium oxide. So magnesium, the symbol, we've gotten it from the periodic table. We've written the symbol. Now the symbol for oxide isn't here. Oxide is a radical. So this is oxide here. The symbol is O. Okay, the symbol for oxide is O. So we're going to write the symbol for oxide is what? Is O. Okay. Now the valences. What is the valence of magnesium? So if you check on your periodic table, magnesium. So these valences, I've grouped them. These are called groups. Okay. So this is group 1. That is why they have a valence of 1. This is group 2. That is why the valence is 2. This is group 3. This is group 4. Now starting here, this is group 5 actually, group 5, group 6, group 7, and you have group 8. Okay, you have group 8. Okay, but what we're interested in this video is just the valencies. Okay, the valencies. So the valency of magnesium here is 2, and always in group 2, all the elements under group 2, they have a valence of 2. Okay, they have the valence of 2. So the valency for magnesium here, it is 2. Okay, the valency for oxide, what's the valence of oxide? We have oxide here, the valence is 2. Okay, so these are given and you have to memorize them. Okay, so sorry guys, you have to memorize the radicals, you have to know the symbols and their valence is very, very important. Okay, so here oxide, the valence is 2. Okay, so we are going to write oxide, the valence is 2. Okay, so check, we have done, what have we done so far? So write the chemical formula for magnesium oxide. So what we've done so far, we've shown the symbols and the valency. Now let us write the chemical formula. Okay, so you write the chemical formula. So you're going to say, okay, it starts with magnesium. You're going to write magnesium. Okay, then the valence for magnesium is 2. Okay, and we saw that from the periodic table. Okay, it's 2. So you're going to write a 2 here on top of magnesium. Then you write all this side, which is oxide, and its valence is what? Its valence is what? It's 2. Okay, its valence is 2. After this, now what you do is that whenever you have valences, the same valency, okay, both elements have the same valency. Okay, both substances have the same valency. So what happens that the valences simply cancel out, and hence your formula will simply be magnesium oxide. So notice the way I'm writing. This magnesium has got 2 letters, which is Mg. Okay, which is Mg. Okay, Mg. So even as you write, you need to show this O in great big letters. Okay, because if you write something like this, okay, this is wrong. Okay, so this is magnesium oxide, and we've written magnesium oxide. Okay, that's how you write magnesium oxide. Okay, let's look at another example. Okay, another example says write the chemical formula for sodium sodium chloride. Okay, sodium chloride, very interesting question. Okay, sodium chloride. So like we said, first thing to do is what? The symbols and the valency. Okay, start with symbols and then valency. Okay, so symbols, what's the symbol for sodium? Okay, what is the symbol for sodium? So you go on your periodic table. Okay, so this is sodium. Okay, this is sodium. Okay, so this is sodium. Okay, so in your periodic table, the names are written. Okay, you have sodium written like this on the periodic table, and the symbol is down. Okay, so you should use a periodic table. Okay, periodic tables are everywhere. You can search them on Google. You can also find them just at the first page of any chemistry past paper for ECZ. They give these periodic tables. Okay, so the symbol for sodium is Na. Okay, the symbol for sodium is Na, and we're going to write the symbol for sodium is Na. What is its valency? Sodium is in group 1, so the valence is 1. Okay, the valence is 1. Okay, then chloride, you won't find it on the periodic table. Okay, you only have chlorine. Okay, chlorine. Okay, but chloride is a radical. Okay, chloride is a radical. It has a valence of what? Of 1. Okay, it has a valence of 1. So you're just going to write Cl. Okay, and then 1. Okay, Cl and then 1. So this is chloride. Okay, so now that we have both the symbols and the valences, we proceed now into writing our chemical formula. Okay, so you're going to write Na, the valence is 1. Okay, chloride, the valence is 1. So remember what I said here. I said if they have the same valency, okay, you simply cancel these out and then you combine the elements. Okay, and this is how you write sodium chloride. Okay, this is how you write what? Sodium chloride. Okay, so no matter where you are, here in Zambia, you could go to Congo, Namibia, Botswana, in America, or anywhere else. This is the symbol for sodium chloride. And when you write sodium chloride like this, anyone who's done chemistry, okay, who's academically inclined in chemistry, will know that this is sodium. Okay, you know that this is what? This is sodium chloride. Okay, so we look at more examples. Okay, we look at more examples. Okay, so in the next example, we're told now to write. Okay, so write example 3. Okay, write the chemical formula. Chemical formulae for air. So now we're told to write the chemical formula for sodium carbonate. Okay, sodium carbonate. Now this is a bit different from what we've been doing. You'll see why. Okay, so sodium, we know the symbol. Okay, the symbol for sodium, it's here, it's Na, right? So we're going to start with symbols. Okay, symbols. So symbols, sodium is Na. Carbonate's a radical. Carbonate here, the symbol is CO3. Okay, the symbol is CO3. And the valence for sodium, okay, the valence for sodium, it is 1. Okay, it's in group 1. The valence for sodium is 1. And the valence for carbonate, it's simply 2. Okay, the valence for carbonate, it's 2. So now we have our symbols and the valency. Now we combine and make the chemical formula for sodium carbonate. So for sodium carbonate, you have, so you write sodium with its valence of 1. And you write carbonate with its valence of what? 2. Okay. Now there's something interesting here, and the interesting fact is that the valences are not the same. So if the valences are not the same, you simply swap them. Okay, this one comes here. Okay, then this one goes here. Okay, so what do I mean? This is going to be sodium. This 2 comes here. Okay, and then this one should come here. Okay, but then you have a 3 down already. Okay, so you have a 3 down here, so you open the brackets and then you write CO3, and then the 1 should come outside. Okay, but then since it's a 1 multiplied by anything is always 1, so whenever it's a 1, you just more like ignore it. So the correct symbol will be, the correct chemical formula will be sodium with a 2 and then carbonate like this. Okay, you can just for, unless if it was a number other than 1. Okay, so this is how you write sodium carbonate. Okay, so this is sodium carbonate. Wherever you go in this world, when you write like this, someone will know that you're written sodium water. Okay, so that's the symbol in the chemical formula for sodium carbonate. Okay, it's the chemical formula for sodium carbonate. Okay, still have more examples coming. Okay, so now here in this example, we have to write calcium nitrate. Okay, calcium nitrate. So again, just follow the steps. Okay, symbols first, then the valences. So calcium, okay, calcium, okay, this is calcium. It has the symbol Ca, okay. So this is calcium, the symbol Ca. So I'm just going to write here Ca, okay. And then what is the valency for calcium? So if you look at calcium, it has a valency of 2 since it's in group 2. So we're going to write 2, okay. The nitrate, it's a radical, okay. Nitrate is a radical, okay. So this is nitrate, NO3, valence 1, okay. So nitrate is NO3 with a valence of what? 1, okay. Once you do this, you now write the chemical. Now write the chemical formula, okay. So Ca, the 2 here, and NO3, the 1 here, okay. So remember what I said, if the valences are not the same, this one will come here, this one will go there, okay. So you're going to have calcium, this one here, write 1, okay. Now look at here, because you have a number already here, open the brackets, NO3, then you put the 2 out, okay, you put the 2 out. So 1 always remember, 1 we don't write, so it's just going to be like this. Okay, this, my dear friends, this is how you write calcium nitrate, okay. This is how you write calcium nitrate. So if you follow all these steps nicely, you always get this type of questions correct, okay. Sometimes you would have to, you learn how to do it just within your head, okay. So more examples, okay. This is a matter of practicing, okay. So here in this example again, now we have to write the chemical symbol for potassium. Okay, for potassium sulfate. Okay, for potassium sulfate. All right, potassium. So remember symbols, then valency. Okay, potassium, periodic table quickly. This is potassium, okay. So on the periodic table you'll be using the names are written, so potassium, okay, K, okay, K, and it's in group 1, so the valence is 1. Then sulfate is a radical, okay. Sulfate is a radical. This is sulfate, that's the chemical formula, and then the valence is 2, okay. So sulfate is SO4, and then the valence is 2, okay. Once you've done this, you can now write K with the 1, SO4 with the 2. Like I said, guys, the valences are not the same, so this one comes here, this one goes there, okay. So what is happening? So K2, okay. Now if it's 1, you just ignore it, then you write SO4. This is potassium sulfate, okay. That is potassium sulfate. I hope you've been able to learn something, okay, from this video. The only thing now you need is to practice more. So 2 main important things that you want you to know is the radicals. Know this, you are not going to be given this, okay. So here you are not going to be given this in the examination room unless otherwise, okay. You are not going to be given the radicals, okay. But the periodic table, always you'll be given the periodic table, and so just follow the steps when you're taught to write a chemical formula. You need to know a chemical formula of something. Know the chemical symbol first, the valency, and then use the valencies to combine. Wonder why the valence is called the combining power.